What's poppin', everybody? Welcome to, wow, I am blurry. Welcome to our second dose of Floppy Drop for this week. I'm your host, Josh McDonald, and as always, I'm here with my main man, Drewski, aka Dolan, aka I Write Comics, aka Heavy D. What's up, dude? How are you?
Hi.
Hi.
I am fantastic. It's been an awesome day. All I gotta say is first, Hoosiers.
Yeah, that. For anyone wondering, that is the first thing he said to me when we got backstage. So, yes.
Yeah, that wasn't just a win; that was a curb stomping. The way I call it. I could not be happier today after what happened in that game. No one saw that outcome of the game. No one.
I wasn't watching the game when it first came on. I was taking care of some other stuff, and then kind of got in and settled. And I was like, "Oh, let me see how the game's going." And I pulled it up, and I was like, "Oh, okay," because it was, I think, like 37-3 or something. And I was like,
Yeah.
Yep, okay. Well, I'm just gonna go take a shower now."
Well, it was relative. It was like 17-0 at a halftime, which is cool. Okay, we got a nice little lead. That's good. But then it just exploded in the second half. They just took off.
So I figured you were gonna be. I literally was like, Drew's gonna be excited about that. So figured you were gonna be excited with that. And then the Hoosiers when we first got backstage was awesome. How was your I almost said 4th of July. Good Lord. How was your New Year's Day?
New Year's Day has been fun. It's been a nice, relaxing day. So I've got a ritual of watching The Twilight Zone on New Year's Day. The Sci-Fi Channel airs at 24 hours on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, or 48 hours, if you will. So when watching that, and it's been great. And I picked this up at the comic book shop this week. It's the oversized collection of Wanted and Big Game that came out.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that came out. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting. I'll have to get that, man. I didn't realize that was out. So
yeah,
that's a good grab right there. I feel like do you know when that came out?
Let's take a look.
I feel like that
it says interesting. You want to take a guess?
I mean, I'm gonna assume a little while back.
So October 2024.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know how I missed that, but I'm mad that I did. I'll have to see if I can find a copy now. But that's a worthy buy for sure. Did you do anything crazy last night leading into the new year, or do you keep it low key?
Oh, hello. Hey, you're breaking up. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Oh, there you are.
Yep.
Okay. So what was your question?
I said, did you do anything to bring in the new year last night?
It was just pretty much we went out to dinner, had a great time, and just came home, relaxed, and watched Twilight Zone. And then we got to the ball drop turned on, the ball drop show with Ryan Seacrest for those last minute.
Right.
And okay, time to go to bed. There we go.
Yeah, I know.
And
I was a lightweight. I didn't even I did and I didn't make it to midnight, but I cheated. I ended up passing out and then woke up like 20 minutes before midnight to be like, Happy New Year, everybody, at midnight, and then went right back to bed. But yeah, other than that, I mainly watched TV last night. I keep it low key. The dogs don't like fireworks, so was here with them. And then today, like you, kind of just kept it low key. I did the whole what is it? The lucky New Year's Day lunch, dinner, whatever you want to call it. So made that, and then that's about it. But yes, sir.
Nice.
Well, we are here to talk comics. We'll be discussing this week's releases, which we were talking about backstage. There were not many at all, so there's no DC books this week at all. None. And then a lot of what did come out was not great. There's a few highlights in here, but it was a lot of it was a very skippable week in a lot of ways. But before we get to comics, let's say hello to the chat. We do have Cajun Corey coming in with congrats on the Rose Bowl win, Dolan. So, yep, loving that. And I haven't watched you guys since last year. Indeed, it's been since last year.
Yeah.
We have the man, the myth, the legend, the retard himself, the Comics Crusader, Maxfield Von Priestley, coming in with a Merry New Year.
Merry New Year!
Who says Merry New Year?
Happy New Year. In this country, we say Happy New Year.
What is this goober?
Think he's trading places.
Trading places. Hold on.
Eddie Murphy on the train?
Yes. I don't know why, but you said Trading Places, and I immediately thought of what was that old design show that used to be on TLC? Trading Spaces. I was like, what? Why are we going back there? We do have Kaiser Jose in the house with Happy New Year, you nerds, and happy birthday to my wife. Oh, nice. Congrats. Well, Happy New Year and happy birthday to your wife. We're glad that you know how to properly say Happy New Year, unlike Max. So. We've got Leslie in the chat, Norman Lear. Happy New Year. Indeed. I hope everyone's having a good start to the year. Grateful Dog, good to see you here. Happy New Year to you as well. Thank you. And Indiana crushed it. They did. I mean, that's an understatement. So and
IU was a 7-point favorite and they killed it.
Yeah, oh yeah. This whole season has been an interesting season. It's been a lot of upsets, like even from the start of the season.
The Ohio State loss yesterday.
Yeah,
no one saw that coming yesterday.
No. I was watching that game yesterday, and I was pretty shocked. So yeah, that was an exciting game and an interesting game for a good while. But and then Grateful Dog said another week with 0 pulls.
Wow.
I know. I feel like we might have at least a recommendation for 2 or 3 books that are good so far. So we shall see. Before we talk about this week's releases, though, let's look at a little campaign that's going on called Lethal Ladies. Drewski, I think there was a slight update to the campaign that there might be some new material here.
You are correct, sir. Yes, as of today, this was loaded onto the campaign, limited to 20 sets. So with the connecting cover sets, covers B, C, D, and E, you can get those 4 signed. Limited. We're offering 4 limited editions. You can either get the Virgin, the trade dress, signed by the cover artist. So by Elias Chatzudis, Murat, Ebas, and
Ryan Kincaid.
Ryan Kincaid. Sorry, yeah. So you can get all 4 of those signed by the cover artists.
Nice. And then there's 2 different versions. Well, I guess more than 2 different versions. But you've got the naughty version and the nice version. I can't remember what we call them.
There you go. Nice and lethal.
Yeah, nice and lethal. That's it. And then, like you said, trade dress or without the trade dress. But that's awesome that those were added in. Are they going to be printed like this for them to add their signature, or is it just going to be?
I'm assuming yes.
Nice.
Knowing Murat, but we'll see what happens. But I'm assuming yes.
Awesome. Well, last Tuesday, yes. Was it last Tuesday? Yes. I can't keep up. Last Tuesday we did go over the campaign. We went through all the covers. There's a lot of great covers here. You're getting to see 4 of the covers and variant versions of them. But it was a good stream. So if you missed it, go check it out. Back the book if you haven't already. And then if you want to take advantage of getting the signed covers, now is your chance. It is a limited offer. And considering that they already have 256 backers, I feel like people will be adding those on rather quickly. So jump on it while you can.
$30 away from 19,000.
I know, it's so exciting. Well, I'm going to end up putting you over that once I sit down and actually. So 19,000 is a given. We got to see if we can get to 20. Well, 25. At least 20 for now, but 25 is the ultimate goal. Let's see if we can push to 25. But yeah, super excited for this. 10 days left, so a little over a week. I think we're going to see a nice, strong push towards the end. And I believe you have a closeout stream that you're planning. Is that correct?
That is correct. Playing a closeout stream on January 11th on Thinking Critical with Wes.
Nice.
So hopefully you'll be able to get me, Aaron, maybe you, Joe, and some of the cover artists, maybe Murad on. Well, yeah, it should be a fun time.
Nice. And that's, I mean, I feel like this is something else to kind of point out too, is this really has not been promoted. Not like Kickstarters usually are.
Yeah, like me, like one of my campaigns, or Aaron with Doom Before Doomface, yeah, we'd be promoting this like a year ahead of time.
Right. So exciting stuff here. We're gonna go. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. You cut out there for a second.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, just Murad's like, yep, we're dropping it today. It's like, oh crap. All right, we gotta do this. Crap. All right, was not expecting that. But yeah, I was telling him like I was glad I found out about Naughty and Nice because it gave me a time to really promote that and talk about it. So yeah, this is. I'm wondering how much more we could have made.
Well,
when we launched.
I mean, I do think you're gonna hit that. I mean, you're gonna hit a large audience when you get on Wes's channel and do the closeout stream. And I know it will be the closeout stream, but I mean, you're gonna get a lot of people there. So that should be a nice boost in and of itself. But again, the 18,000 well, practically 19,000. That's nothing to shake a stick at. So
no, absolutely not. No,
kudos. This time of year. Yeah. Oh yeah. This time of year, holidays. People are tight with their money just because they do all that Christmas shopping. But yeah, this is a great campaign, and kudos to you and Murat and team for delivering a banger. So, all right, Drewski, are you ready to talk some comics?
Let's do it.
All right, we're gonna kick things off with a few indies first. We're gonna come in with a book that I've really been enjoying. Drewski here has been a little so-so on, but that is Escape, and we've got Escape number 5 that was released this week. And I'm really liking this more and more as we go on to it, but we're starting to get more character focused moments. And I think that's what I'm really liking, especially right now. I know we've kind of talked about the fact that they're drawn as
dogs,
animals, bats and dogs, and it doesn't fully serve a purpose. I mean, it seems like they could have done more. We've talked about how it's almost like they did this so that you're not looking at it going, okay, here's Americans and here's Germans. But the fact that you've got dogs and then bats instead of a mixture of animals kind of defeats that purpose. But I'm really liking this issue. In the last issue, we saw one of the bats find our quote unquote hero of the book and hit him and sheltered him after he found him unconscious and kind of nursed him back to health. Now we have the enemy that's going through, and that they know that they chased our hero into this the baker's bakery, and then he just disappeared from there. So they go searching his home. But there's really, really good conversations through here, just kind of discussing different perspectives on war based on which side they're on, and it's just written incredibly well. I like the discussions about the cost of war and what it does and what it means. And every character in this is very clear that no one is a winner in this, but they need to do what needs to be done. And it's just an interesting dynamic because you have characters that are not showing alliances, but trying to show humanity and asking, is it even worth showing humanity in this type of world? And I loved that dynamic of is what I'm doing even worth it? And then the civilian, the bat that helps our hero, even has a line where he says, a lot of people are looking to win. At this point, I'm just looking to survive. And having those kind of real conversations I thought was done well, but it slows down and takes its time to really kind of dig in.
Yeah, it just goes back to when I was deployed overseas, when I went to Baghdad. Really, all you're doing is everything you can to get home. That is I just doing whatever you can to survive and get home. That's what it comes down to.
Exactly. And that's actually I was gonna say that's our hero's kind of stance, but it's not even that. He thinks there is no way for him to get home. He is convinced that he will not get home. So for him, it's just finish the mission. That's the only thing that matters, is finish the mission. But even when I finish the mission, I'm not leaving this place. So he's got a line where his wife has been sending letters because she had their son, and he's like, I haven't even read the letters. I just keep rejecting them because if I learn my son's name, then it's real. But if I don't, it's not real. So for me, it's really deep writing, really good. A lot better than what you tend to see in comics. Has this been done in war stories before? Absolutely. But it's just nice and refreshing to see this in modern comics when most of the writing tends to be subpar, especially on character levels. So I thought this was a huge win for this week. This has been, I feel like this continues to get a little bit better and better with each issue. And I'm curious to see how they choose to wrap things up. Because is it only 6 issues or is it?
I thought it was 12.
Is it 12? Okay. So maybe it is 12. But I was gonna say if there's only one more issue, then that could feel like a very fast closeout. But we will definitely see and see what happens there. But I would say I highly recommend this. Drew might give it a soft recommendation, but
yeah, it's fine. It's just it's I don't. I'm not going to get into that. I'll go on a whole diatribe about it. But whatever. We're staying on task.
Yes, we're going to stay on task. I will say we have our top 25 of 2025 show coming up in like 2 weeks, where we're going to list our top 25 books of the year. And I'm really curious to get. It's an interesting year with books because I feel like there are less. I feel like there's a lot of books that were good and they had great moments, but also some lower moments. And I'm having a struggle kind of sorting those out and what goes where. So I feel like it's going to be an interesting year with our list. But let's move on to our next comic. It's another indie, and it is Feral number 19. Drew, what were your thoughts on Feral 19?
Oh man, this was creepy. Like this opener, this was creepy. We just have the little the cat sitting around the wet food, and if you've been reading up to this point, you know what that wet food is.
Yes,
and it more or less it's cannibalism at this point. You know, you're making them partake in cannibalism, and they're not going for it. But they're telling them, no, you eat. We're out of dry food. You need to eat. And it's like it harkens back to tales like a movie Alive, or the book Alive, if you will, when the rugby team crash lands in the Andes, and they're left to resort to having to use cannibalism to survive. And it's just, I can't imagine being in that position of survival.
Oh, agreed. It's been interesting. I do feel the pace wise, it's a little slower pace than what we've had in the past to a degree. But it's creepy.
Yes.
So, I think one of the ways that they're keeping this fresh is they're kind of shifting within the horror tones of, you had your elements where you're like, you've got the dread and suspense because, something bad is right around the corner. We're a little safer in the supermarket, but we're dealing with some really creepy stuff. But it's also kind of written in an interesting way that you had Lucky and our cats kind of.
Fireplace.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you had Lucky and our cats kind of saying this isn't a way to live. And now that Lucky's in charge, there's really not a lot of other options. It was kind of, do this or die, starve, or try to fight for your life outside of the pet store. So those dynamics coming into play are really interesting. So we also learned recently that Lucky's a bit of a hooch.
Yep.
And I thought there's a funny line in this where he makes a comment to one of the cats and they clap back. But I was like, okay. But yeah, I'm still enjoying this quite a bit. The fact that they can keep this fresh arc to arc to arc, I think is really interesting. And the way this issue ends kind of sets us back on some of that dread I think we had in earlier issues, that some of the characters might be branching out and heading back into unsafe territories, and it'll be curious to see how that unfolds. But yeah, good stuff. And then this issue also shows that maybe the cats aren't so safe in the pet store. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say this is still a banger. It's still worth getting. I look forward to reading this every month, and that's a testament to the creative team. So Tony Fleeks, Trish, and Tony Rodriguez, just kind of coming in and focusing. You can tell they're focused on telling a good story, and that's not always the case with Marvel and DC.
Nope.
Was there anything else
you making the donuts on the day?
Yeah. We made a comic book. Oh, that's what you call this? Okay. Not this, but a Marvel book. Yeah. Anything else you wanted to add to Feral?
No, like you said, I couldn't add any more than what you said.
Yeah. Nice. Final indie book that we're going to talk about, and then we'll take a moment to check the chat before we jump into the depression that is Marvel Comics. But Spawn the Dark Ages #2 came out this week. And if you remember, I was a big fan of the first issue. I think I put it as my #1 for the month of November. And I don't feel nearly as strongly after this issue.
Yeah, this one is more introspective, if you will.
Yeah.
Because essentially this leader, he's made a deal with the devil.
Yes.
And we're seeing that deal playing out here. And there's a moment where the leader has a confrontation or meeting with the priest. And the priest tells him, like, you've made a deal with the devil here. It's something that's going to be difficult for you to live with. And how do you
Oop, I lost you,
Drew.
But
I'm very. Oh, yep, I'm gonna try hopping. I'm gonna try hopping out and hopping back in. Give me a minute.
Oh, okay. I will pick up for a second. Yeah, I made the comment to Drew that this issue to me felt a little all over the place. There are some time jumps here where they're going to different time periods. But there's also a good breadth of things going on. I will say Liam Sharp is doing everything. He's doing the writing, he's doing the art. It's a beautiful book. The art isn't as strong as the first issue, and that's not to say that the art is, I mean, if you look at this, you can tell the art is not bad. But if you go back and look at the first issue, he had highly detailed backgrounds. And here it looks like he was kind of facing some time crunches because you have some empty space back here that are you back, Drew, or are you frozen? Okay, he was frozen. you can see there's some empty space, but even when you get to panels later on, it's just, like in the first issue you would have seen like a highly detailed like walls or cave or whatever, wherever we are here, it'd be way more detailed. And even in this, you've got a lot of just green backgrounds instead of having a foliage and stuff like you'd typically draw. So it did feel like he had to speed things up on the art. Again, like this art is fantastic. It's not bad at all. And like this is more so what I'm used to seeing. But yeah, it was definitely more of an introspective issue. It didn't feel like a ton happened to move the plot forward. It didn't feel very fast paced, but it was still a solid read. I think I just finished it wanting more. And that's not a bad thing, but I think it could have had a little extra sauce or something to it to make it a little bit better. All right, we got Drewski back. Hola, sir. Welcome back.
Hola. Yeah, there, like you said, if you're coming for the action, there isn't that much here. But like you said, it's I mentioned earlier before you hopped off. It's very introspective, and you get to see the discussions of how you make a deal with the devil, what that does to you, and what's the cost going to be for you for doing that. Indeed.
I would still say this is worthy of picking up. I just felt like it was a little bit of a step down from the excitement I had coming out of the first issue. I don't know if that's a fair assessment, but That is where I would say.
Yeah, it's a weaker recommend.
Yeah.
Very weak.
Real quick, I do want to hop into the comments to see what we're talking about. We do have JK coming in with Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, JK. Nice to see you here. We also have Zach's in the house with a Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, El Canadian. Nice to see you. What do you Canadians do to celebrate? Do y'all do anything? Do y'all have any weird, like?
I think they're eating poutine and raping moose.
I was gonna say, is there anything to do with meese? Kaiser said, been catching up on my backlog, and I have to say, Bad Idea books have been killing it. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good stuff about some recent Bad Idea books, Cul-de-sac being one. I think it was what's the priest book? I heard some good stuff about. The problem is I just haven't been able to get my hands on issues, and I don't know. I'm the type that if at that point I can't just go easily get it online when my comic shop doesn't have it, like to read online, I don't really want to go struggling to find one to ship. And once we're getting into $10 for a Bad Idea book, and I don't know, I just it's thought. Mm-hmm. I'm not very motivated. I'll put it that way. JK said one in particular you like. Oh, I'm assuming that's for Bad Idea. So, yeah, I've heard great things about Cul-de-sac, and I'm kind of sad I'm not reading it. And then Planet Death has been decent. We do have Grateful Dog. Escape is supposed to be an ongoing series. Okay, interesting. I don't know if there's I don't know if there's enough story to tell for an ongoing series. I think if you do a 12-issue maxi series, that's perfect. But I wouldn't overstay the welcome there. And Kaiser said Save Now has been my favorite, but Ordain started off with Ordain was the one with the priest. Save Now I have not read because I couldn't even get a copy of my hands on the first issue. Let's see what else we have here. We've got Salty Traveling C in the house, and he put, I paused the Two Towers extended edition to be here. Better be good. Salty, this is a pop by culture show, so I don't know what you're expecting. No, I'm kidding. We're happy to have you here. Thank you for pausing. You didn't have to pause. We just lost Drewski. He'll hop back in a second. Kaiser's definitely gonna bounce out. He's like, oh crap, here we go. I'm out. Grateful Dog said, better unpause it. No, for real, because we only talked about 3 indie books and we're about to go into Marvel. So, it's not gonna be a fun conversation. Or maybe it will be a fun conversation because they were not great. And then guys are put, one does not simply pause the Two Towers. I need to ask Max if that's what he's been doing. Is that how he's ringing in the new year with a little LOTR? Getting his hobbits on? Actually, he's been watching football. I do know that. Is it probably true? No, it is true, Salty. It's true. I have no shame in saying that. It's true. Pause on the march. Oh, I hope you didn't pause on the march to Helm's Deep. That's like getting to the best part of the film. Yes, Ordained is the priest book. Salty said, I predict Escape will feature a new soldier, airman. Oh, yeah. Honestly, I can see that now. If they take this, well, okay, it'll be interesting. Maybe they do different time periods to kind of show the differences. But I think even with the themes, they're hitting some nice themes really hard. But I think once you do it, you can't repeat it in like a anthology series. So we'll see what happens. And then for fuck's sake, Marvel, why? Well, Salty, DC did not release any books this week. So we just had a few indies and then Marvel to jump on. But yeah, I guess we might as well rip the Band-Aid off with Marvel.
Rip it right off.
Rip it right off. So I was trying to find a digital copy to pull up of this first book, and I couldn't, even on Comixology, for whatever reason, it's not there. So I don't know.
It came out. I know that
it did come out. It did come out. But for whatever reason, it's not there. So we're gonna kick things off talking about Punisher because it's the one good Marvel book that came out this week.
Yes. 100%.
Yes, I'll let you go ahead and take it away. I will say I noticed that League of Comic Geeks gave it a 4.3, and I was shocked because it's Frank, and everyone hates Frank. But
Yeah.
this audience hates Frank.
Yes, they do. And I love this issue. I think this is probably the best issue of the run so far.
Nice.
And it pretty much, this issue picks up where the last one left off, where you had this EMT team having to yank out the device in the back of his neck, and they're all like, "All right, we're going to give you a local. We're going to give you some like an anesthetic." And he's like, "No, don't do it. None of it. Don't do it." And they're just like, "Wait, what? We're digging into your neck." He's just like, "I don't care. Do it." Okay. And as we're digging into his neck, you just see like all these memories he's had, just talking about the pain he's gone through in his life, everything. And it's just, he's resorting to that, digging there, to fight through everything. And they pull it out. You see this nasty microchip web thing they had to pull out of him. But you find out that Micro, his old friend Micro, had been controlling him for the Kingpin. Very much the guy in the chair in the situation. And so Tombstone's been illustrated a lot through the history in Marvel Comics.
Yep.
But this is the best Tombstone has ever looked visually, in my opinion. How he looks, he's like the Red Skull, but granite, and I love it. And we see the what his operations are all about in this, how he's making his money. And but the best part, in my opinion, is when the Punisher has a few of I think it's Tombstone's people. He's tossed these, critically wounded them. He's tossed them into the back of a dump truck, and he's called the Tombstone on the phone, and he says, "Just listen." And you just hear he's crushing. He's turned on the back of the garbage truck. They're like, "Oh God, Jesus God!" He's just he just says, "Yeah, you're next. I'm coming for you." And like that, fuck yes, that is the Punisher. I love it, and I'm back on board. Yeah, this is it totally redeemed itself. And
I was gonna say, I told you I didn't read this because I read the first issue, and it was the whole like amnesia memory wipe thing for me. I was like, I'm out.
Look, I understand, but after everything that Jason, absolutely,
yeah. Sorry, go back after Jason. Sorry, you said something about Jason Aaron.
Oh, did I cut out for a minute?
Just a split second.
Damn it. Okay. But yeah, after everything Jason Aaron did, I will gladly accept that. I will take this.
True.
Whatever it does to wash that nasty taste out of our mouth, of everything he did, I will gladly take amnesia over that.
That's fair. I've heard other people saying this has actually been a good read, so I need to go back and catch up. And then I've had multiple people saying it's by far the best Punisher book, because we went from having no Frank Castle because we had Punisher to now we've got 3 Frank Castle books at the moment. This one, the Marvel Knights one, and then the Punisher Daredevil one, which is just feels lazy.
It's like the Punisher Daredevil one. It's like, look, if you've never read anything that Garth Ennis did in the last 25 years, sure, read that, have fun with that. But if you already have, there's no need to read it.
No.
The one that Jimmy Palmiotti's doing, that one is something. It's something. I don't necessarily love it. It's the Punisher, but I'm just like, I don't know what the hell to make of it. But this is giving me what I want.
Indeed. Keeping with Marvel, they had a #1 come out this week, and it's essentially the 4th iteration of Scarlet Witch, 5th iteration of Scarlet Witch.
Fourth relaunch. Yeah.
I think it's actually the 5th, because we had Scarlet Witch, then I think we had Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, then Scarlet Witch again, then Scarlet Witch and Vision, and now this, but it's not Scarlet Witch, it is Sorcerer Supreme. Still written by Steve Orlando. And Drewski, was this a banger? Like, is this worth picking up?
So I will say, I can vouch for this. This comic has been selling well at LCSs, although I will attribute that to the main cover, because that main cover by Miss Lyrics, it is absolutely beautiful.
Indeed, it is a very good cover. I would say even some of the, just in general, this book has probably gotten by with some good covers, but I will agree this is a fantastic cover.
Yeah, that's a fantastic main cover, and I do know for a fact one store in particular completely sold out of this issue, and I will attribute that to this cover.
Very nice. And I think if you're I don't want to say like, I don't mean this in a condescending way, but I think if you're a normie reader and you come in and you see, Wanda, Scarlet Witch on the cover that says Sorcerer Supreme, and all you know is really like the Marvel movies, you might be like, oh, this list could be awesome. And you pick it up. And unfortunately, Steve Orlando just does not deliver the goods.
Two things in this. One,
yes.
Dormammu.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about Dormammu here. So Dormammu, as we know, has been well established as one of the greatest threats ever in Marvel history. One of the greatest entities, one of the greatest villains in Marvel history, one of the most powerful in Marvel history. Used sparingly.
Yeah.
In this case here, in issue number 1, Scarlet Witch is so powerful that she pretty much takes care of him like a street thug.
Yeah.
Without even breaking a sweat.
Doesn't break a sweat.
No stress, no fuss, no muss.
I was literally reading this and got through the first like 3 to 4 pages, and I thought, remember when Dormammu was like a force to be reckoned with? Like, it would take multiple people to stop him, and we just make him look like a chump here. And then you've got this citizen here that's like, you think we're afraid? We ain't going to. I'm like,
this is what we're Steve, seriously? This is what you're doing with your Dormammu?
Sure, I guess. Yeah, but they have their little like sassy banter back and forth. And I don't know. I was not a fan. This ends way too easily.
Struggle.
At all.
She does not struggle at all whatsoever.
It's this whole like female gay, like, oh, I have a clap back and I think I'm so clever, but it's really not that clever. That's what I get from this. But I also rolled my eyes here with this, where she's like, Stephen Strange was a surgeon, a healer, and yes, that's not me. I am myself, Dormammu, witch, mother, teacher, survivor.
I would also add in psycho, but hey, that's just me.
Listen, and I'm a fan of Wanda. I like Wanda as a character. I think you can do a lot of interesting things with her. It's not happening here.
No.
But she pulls like her bitch please moment here, because that's essentially what this is, and just lays waste to Dormammu, and then he just decides to vanish and run away.
He runs away like just like King Arthur and Monty Python the Holy Grail.
Yep.
That's just it. Like, look, he's just right there on the ground. Like, and that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Dormammu? E2? What the hell? That's it?
Yeah. Yep.
One of the greatest threats ever in Marvel history. He's literally like,
I gotta heal, but I can't do it here, so see you later. So he leaves. And but to make matters worse, we're still trying to make Darcy a thing in the comics, which just for
not
me
just
is
that damn dog. Trying to make that damn dog a thing in this series. Look, I love dogs, but it's just move on. This is done. This has been played out now for the last 3 years. Just let it go.
Agreed. But other than that, you've got Wanda serving as the Sorcerer Supreme, which the way she became the Sorcerer Supreme is
murky at best.
Quirky, in contention. She's staying up the Sanctum Sanctorum. You've got Wong that's like, why are you here?
Yeah, you have no business being here.
Yeah, pretty much. There's this whole thing about, yes, she's Sorcerer Supreme, but Vishanti didn't choose her for her to be Sorcerer Supreme. So it's weird. Then they've got her in this like, don't shrink me gypsy getup, which I don't.
Yeah, they turned her. They turned her into Madame Xanadu.
Yeah, which is, I mean, this is not who she is.
No.
So this was weird to me. But she's got this. I keep wanting to call it a council because that's what witches usually have.
Oh,
They have a
are we
witches
talking about the magic
council.
meetings? We're talking about the magic
Yeah,
meetings she has.
yes, but they call it a cabinet, and it's like they're trying to make this so, I guess, politically relevant to a degree. But the people
It's
that she's
horseshit.
got, oh my god, oh yeah, here's the dog. The people that she's got on her cabinet is just like, oh, okay,
And it really, you're going to trust one of your biggest villains in your council.
okay, right,
You're going to trust
okay.
one of your villains to tell the truth to you. You are an
So
idiot.
you can kind of see them here. So she's got Clea. Clea makes sense, and Clea was Sorcerer Supreme, but went back to her I guess whatever you want to call it, universe realm.
Yeah, like Poochie the rockin' dog. She had to go back to her planet.
Yeah. And then she has her 2 children, which I'm like, well, okay, that's kind of questionable. I might give Wiccan a pass because Wiccan was serving as a leader of a planet or a race with Hulkling. So sure, maybe there's some insight together there, but it's just Wiccan. It's not Hulkling. Then she has Speed, and it's like, okay, well, I guess if you have one son, you have to have the other. And then we have what's this character's name? Like Night Raper, Night Dream.
Yeah.
Reaper.
It's Steve Orlando's Night Raper.
Oh God, the Dream. Yeah, that's this character is I don't understand how it made it to print, but that character's there. Gosh, I can't remember who the redhead is because she's that forgettable. Yeah, look, this is her going through explaining who everyone is as they have. It's a lot of talking in this issue, not a lot of action.
Yeah, but Bullseye.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like I hope you like magic meetings because that's what you're going to get here.
Yep, Amaranth. So it was someone that was supposed to be like
that's right. Yeah,
of hers.
Yeah, I remember joking to myself. Oh, she got the what? She got the what? Not like the YouTube OnlyFans star, whatever.
Yeah,
to come on and be part of her council. Good for her.
Sheesh. And then her final council is her greatest enemy.
Bullshit.
It's this would be like if a U.S. president was going to, Kim Jong Il or something. Kim Jong would be like, "Hey,
Barry, keep it in comics. This is like Doctor Strange trusting Baron Mordo."
Yeah, like why? So it's just weird. It
shows how gullible and stupid she is.
Yeah, this whole series has been not great. I guess this is technically the first issue of this, but everything Steve Orlando has done with Scarlet Witch has just been not great. It's felt very surface level, very kind of like there's not much depth. I don't know what they're going for.
The depth he's trying to put in there does not work. It's stupid.
No. And I will say you've got Bernard Chang on art, and I really like Bernard Chang, but this is not this is not his best work in my opinion. No. And I don't know if he's trying to channel the look and vibe that they had from the previous Scarlet Witch runs. It feels that way.
Has to be.
And I wish they would have just let him come in and do his thing because when they let him do his thing, he's really good. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's not awful, but it's just not as good as what I know Bernard can do. So, and then we get to this that the Vishanti are challenging Scarlet Witch, and they've got someone that they feel should be the Sorcerer Supreme, which is also a really stupid pick. But we gotta connect those TV shows. So it is Agatha.
Oh my god.
Dun, dun, dun. So yeah, you have Agatha appear at the end of the issue to be like, she is the Sorcerer Supreme. And I hate that they've made Agatha young. I think it's awful. But whatever. I don't know. Yeah, if you were considering getting this, hopefully you weren't. But if you were considering getting this, don't.
If you find yourself compelled to, just get it for the cover. Just say you bought it for the cover.
Oh, yes. By all means, get it for the cover. I will back that. I'm all for getting books for covers. I've seen books that have covers that I love, and I hate the book, and I pick them up because.
And hey, I can vouch for the success of this cover. It's sold out.
But I wish there was better or more interesting things going on here. I hate that this is literally the 5th volume of Scarlet Witch that we've had in less than 5 years. It's been 2 years, 3 years. I don't know.
Yeah, for a while there, we were wondering like who's had more chances at having a series. Like, would have been Carol Danvers or Carl Manvers at that point? or was it what's her Miss Marvel? The other
Oh
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now Wanda's right up there with the three of them. So
yeah.
And She-Hulk.
Yep. And She-Hulk.
Maybe stop trying to do the same approach with every relaunch and just go a different route.
Bring in another team. How about that?
Yeah. Yeah. I've got to show this now because this is somewhat accurate. Salty's like, Josh, I'm all for getting a book for its cover. Also, Josh, I don't understand why people are buying Mark Spears. No. I think blind bags are a racket. And when you keep getting stuck with the same cover. So I just don't get the blind bag hype. I'm all for buying a cover you like. By all means, go buy it. But I don't understand.
Marvel just announced that they had some damages in their blind bags this week.
Yeah. I think there were creases, right? I can't remember. So yeah. I'm not gonna say I'm surprised, but moving on to the next Marvel title, we have Predator Kills the Marvel Universe. I have been hit and miss with this book. I've had fun with it. I've rolled my eyes with it. I was at least hoping to get a really good action-packed ending, and I cannot say that we got that. Drew, I thought a lot of this stuff was stupid.
It was. A lot of this was very, very stupid. I shook my head several times in this book. Whether it was like all the heroes suddenly getting Iron Man armors, to fight, and I'm like, what the and not just that, going 500 levels below ground. Oh, so you're near the Earth's core. Congratulations.
Right.
But and after that, and they're giving Tony shit for like developing weapons or whatever. I'm like, he was an arms manufacturer. What the fuck do you think he was doing? And what do you think the Iron Man suit is? Jesus Christ.
Right. Yeah.
Idiots. And then they're fighting the Predators, whatever. And then somehow, some way, Kraven goes out like a bitch in this, which pissed me off more than anything else in this comic. Just gone, done, one panel.
Yep.
Then, no fight. And I'm like, nope. Oh shit. And
he's been kind of like being hyped up or built up as like, okay, he's the reason that all the Predators are here. He's
the apex predator. Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to go back to our heroes having the Iron Man armor, because it's like heroes that genuinely, I mean, I can kind of understand Peter from a protection standpoint, but putting Wolverine in Iron Man armor is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Hey, we're gonna give you an Iron Man suit that's weaker than your actual body.
It's like, at this point, like, really, you really only they use it predominantly to see where they are because they're using the camouflage. It's like, okay, give them thermal goggles. How about that?
Which also doesn't make sense, because it is the camouflage, like the Predators see heat, right?
Correct.
So you've got rockets. I understand camouflaging your body, but you're still emitting heat from your rockets, and there's no way to camouflage
there's still a combustion. Yeah, there's still a combustion of energy going on in that suit, generating energy and heat. Yeah, you can't hide that.
No. So I thought part of the thing that worked for Wolverine was him getting to fly, but you could have given him some type of flight pack. But then you have other characters come in, and I'm like, these are the characters that should have the armor.
Oh, you see, what would have been cool? It's like, okay, what would have been cool is if, okay, let's go with the stupid idea that you can't track them with their armored suits, even though they have thermodynamics, going on with their boots. But let's say the Predators get smart and they're tracking like the smoke or whatever, like the exhaust coming from the boots. And it's like, oh, there they are. And they figured a way around it. That would have been great. They take out Spider-Man that way. But or Tony, but whatever. But no, that doesn't happen. None of that happens.
Nope. But we do eventually have other heroes join the fray. So you have Black Panther, Falcon, and the Wakandans, the Dora Milaje.
Yeah, take out the Predators like they're nothing.
Yep. And these the ones that I was like, they should have the Iron Man armors. Like
the Dora Milaje, absolutely. They're just regular people.
They're exactly. Um, and I don't know. They just kind of what you said. They take them out way too easily. I will give T'Challa the pass. You know, Black Panther. I get it.
Yep, he's got a super suit. Yep.
Yeah, but I feel like the Dora Milaje, you should have had like 6 or 7 fighting one predator, and maybe they take out one predator.
Maybe one.
But they're all just
absolutely.
But they're just like, yep, nope, cannon fodder. We're slicing these suckers down. And then here we go. We get the Craven bit where just
done,
super
like
quick, super easy, boom. So yeah. And then of course we have to have Sue, which sure, I guess. Sue is apparently like one of the strongest people in the Marvel universe now.
This was purely done because of the film. There's no other reason why.
Probably. And look, I think Sue is a powerful character, but she should struggle harder than this. She shouldn't be taking out an army of predators.
No, absolutely not. No.
So, issues there. But you would think this is the end, but this may not be the end. It looks like they're teasing that this Predator X character might be sticking around. So we'll have to see if they do anything with it, and if so, what. But yeah, I don't know. I had fun with this book at times, but overall, I would say it's honestly not worth the money.
Absolutely not.
So womp womp, sad days, and I hope to God their plan isn't to have this character exist in the main Marvel universe. The end for now. Let's go to another book that is an ending and a beginning in a number of ways. We haven't really been reading this title, but I wanted to jump in just to see what's going on. But we have Ultimate Endgame as we wrap up the Ultimate Universe. And I look, if there's been one thing that you can say about the Ultimate line, it's that if you think of Ultimates, you should think of big blockbuster action. And these books have been anything but that. The closest one has been Ultimate Wolverine. But God, these books have just been nothing but talking.
Just political grandstanding from Dennis Camp.
And we come in here and you've got Dennis Camp writing. Dennis Camp writing this issue. And Endgame, you should think there should be some high octane action stuff going on. Nope. It's more talking. And multiple artists, but I thought the art was rough for this issue. So, but you have the maker that is making his way back to this Ultimate Universe, and there's kind of like this dreaded countdown going on, and you've got all these kind of heroes from the Ultimate Universe crossing paths and joining together now to prepare to fight the maker. It should be exciting. You should feel tension. You should be like, oh my God, this is going to end up being insane.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second.
You're good. But it's anything but, man. Like, it's just like, I was like, okay, like I don't need to, instead of telling me all the stages of what you're going to do, just do it and show it happen. Because we got the characters coming together and it should feel exciting, but it doesn't feel exciting. Like you've just kind of, I don't know. Like, when you get those free comic book day issues or those 0 issues that are like 99 cents or $1 to kind of just set up an event, that's kind of what this felt like, except it doesn't even feel like an event. It just feels like a pointless comic. So yeah, I don't know what their full plans are with the Ultimate Universe coming out of this. I was not crazy about this book. I haven't really been crazy about the Ultimate line. I think it fizzled out really fast, especially once they started announcing that Jonathan Hickman was only doing a very limited number of issues on Spider-Man and then was going to kind of bounce. I think people backed out then, but while I think the art in Ultimate Spider-Man's been good and the writing has been solid, the story has been very lackluster. So, you do get action here. I didn't care. I did not care at all. And people are putting this as their pick of the week, and I just don't understand why. So, not my cup of tea. Yeah. Bad stuff. Let's we've got one book left, and God. Well, on a positive note, we are finally reaching the end of Age of Revelation. And this book is a lie because it says Age of Revelation finale, but that's a lie because there's an epilogue that we still have to get to, I think, next week. Um, but oh, talk about bad. You know, I when we were deciding, or when I was trying to decide whether we were going to do like a best of and worst of for the year, I honestly, like, I couldn't even bring myself to try to process worst of, because it would all pretty much be X-Men, or even then it would be like I could still put X-Men and still do a number of bad books. I just didn't even want to talk about it. But we've got Age of Revelation. It's the end, but not really. Drew,
Yeah, horseshit.
Did this finally make Age of Revelation worth it?
No, absolutely
No.
not. No. And honestly, Josh, I don't know when the last time it was that you read it, but or if you can remember it, but this ending, it really reminded me. Like, I had to refresh my memory. I'm like, why does this seem so familiar? And it really reminded me of Future's End from DC Comics.
Yep.
How that ended. And I just said, as soon as we got to this ending, I'm like, fuck Jed McKay, fuck you. This, you lazy hack. This is shit. And I could not believe they went down this road with this story, because this bullshit bad ending, and this, not just that, this bullshit excuse from Revelation saying like, yes, doing all this is all part of the plan, and like, having you guys succeed at this point is all part of the plan. Having that, like, bull fucking shit.
Yeah.
Horse shit.
It was this weird take of like, oh no, I beat you because I've been playing 4D chess. And then I was like, no. I am actually 5 steps ahead of you. And it's like, no, I am 6. Like, that was essentially what they were doing here. And it was stupid.
No, it reminds me of? It reminds me of how what's the big Star Wars general from the books.
Oh yeah. Oh shoot, blue guy. I can't think of his name
the blue
now.
Skin guy.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name.
But anyway, Thrawn.
Yes.
Admiral Thrawn. How he was ridden on the
show,
Ashoka show, just ridden like an absolute idiot. Yeah, I'm failing on purpose so they can. Yes, this is all part of the plan. Bullshit. Who does that?
Nobody.
Did Robert E. Lee do that on purpose? No.
Nope.
Did Joe MacArthur do that on purpose? No. No one does. No leader does that.
The other thing that I hated about this issue is there are, like, I think 3 instances in here where they actually, if you want to understand what's going on, you would have to go read the tie-ins. So for instance, this with Wolverine here, and this is probably the most prominent because Wolverine's been involved in the mainline story. And they call him the Angel of Death because he's been the one that's just slaughtering. Well, he's been slaughtering everyone.
You have you have Wolverine, who has an adamantium skeleton with skin over it, wearing a fucking mask,
metal face mask. Yeah.
Why? It's stupid.
Beyond that, he's been like the general, the I guess assassin for Revelation this entire time. And then now he just shows up in this issue and he's like, no, I'm good. And you're like, wait,
I got better.
Yeah. And then you're like, wait, what? And then he's like, oh, you can thank Kurt and what, Leonard? Oh yeah, Leonard. Fuck off. He's like, you can thank Kurt and Leonard for that. And so if you want to know what happened, you've got to go look at that book. And it doesn't make sense unless you go read that book. But that book is so bad and so stupid that I don't know what's worse. The fact that it feels completely incomplete, or making it complete but making the story suck even worse. But that's like not the only thing. You have Jean and Gambit show up at the end, and it just
it's like, hey guys, you're hugging. There's a crisis right now, guys.
Oh yeah,
let's get back to work here.
Right. Cyclops had some okay moments here, but he also had a moment.
Not that many.
No, he had one. So, but even then, it's like, wait, what? Because basically, you have Quentin, who's psychically stopping people, but then Cyclops is like, "Oh, I'm not actually from this time stream, so it doesn't work on me." I'm like, "What? How does that make sense?"
Yeah.
Psychic is psychic. I don't think it matters what time stream you're from.
Yeah.
You're here present in this moment.
That's that bullshit. It's I call it bullshit line from Dinner for Schmucks. You've got brain power, but I have mind power.
Yep.
And it's just it's stupid.
And then even Apocalypse's stance and the fact that he's partnered with Charles doesn't make sense. This psychic fight with Charles and Quentin, I hated.
Yes.
Because I don't know.
It was just lazy.
It is. Everyone's like, oh, if we just have someone psychically beat Charles and they're badass. Like we're seeing it so much in both comics and TV film at this point that it's too much.
There's a reason why he was called the greatest psychic on the planet and the most powerful one. And to be taken out like a bitch like that, no, don't buy it for a minute.
Also, I just one note on Quentin, like his entire book now is pointless if you read his book because all the kids that were there were just made up. Like I can't with this whole series has been so freaking bad. I genuinely disliked B's story throughout this entire thing and this whole romance he's got with this bird chick girl person thing. Who cares? I get that's supposed to be a shadow, but it just looks like a coloring mistake because
yes, it does. Blue. Yes, it does. Yep, yes, it does.
It's like someone forgot for a panel that he's white here instead of blue. But yeah, so to me, this was just stupid. They like beat Revelation, and then Revelation's like, no.
I let you beat me on purpose. I wanted you to do this. I wanted you like bullshit. Right. Jen McKay, you lazy hack.
I'm a living planet, and I'm gonna do all these. Like I just,
that was your goal the whole damn time. That whole diatribe you just showed, you just passed by. That is just bullshit.
Oh yeah, this whole thing here.
Yes.
Because this is all we've literally seen Revelation do is just stand around and talk.
Yes, bullseye.
The entire series.
Bullseye.
So. Like have your villain do something and actually be villainous. Like show. That's been one of the biggest problems. They've been tell, and like at some point show us what's going on.
Has he ever had someone kill themselves in front of him, like during this whole event? Like have someone like, I want you to slit your throat right in front of me, or like
I don't think so.
Something vile like that, or have someone kill their wife or husband in front of him. Whatever. Just,
you've got even the Wolverine stance. You've got Wolverine that's like assassin for you. Like show like you telling him to go take certain people out. Hell, if you want to look like a bad guy, have him go take out people that are essentially allies to you, but they just didn't do something the way you told them to do it. Like,
have him having killed fellow X-Men. Have him having killed families, kids, everything. It just make him a true villain, the true angel of death. But no, we don't get any of that.
And I'm so sick of this type of stuff. The To Me My X-Men.
Yes, like it's the new fastball special. It's like, okay, let's move on from this.
Yeah. Which we even get a kind of version of that because Apocalypse throws Wolverine in this. It's such cheap ploys to try to win favor. I enjoyed this moment right here.
Yes.
But
one panel.
That's only because Quentin gets on my nerves. So yeah. Oh, here we go. Yep. Fastball special. See
from Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Apocalypse. And Apocalypse is once again another villain. This goes back to our talk about Dormammu, a huge, extinction level event villain, and just treated like a random character in this series.
Yep.
Like an afterthought. And it's like, here's Apocalypse is here.
If you had all of these X-Men fighting Revelation and had you set Revelation up properly where he actually felt like a threat and felt like a villain because of his actions that we got to see him take, and if you had him essentially beat the X-Men, and then you had Apocalypse show up and either wipe him out or go toe-to-toe, however you want to do it, that would have been way better. But Apocalypse is just kind of like, hey, I'm here, I'm part of the team. It's out of character and weird.
It's just like, wait, you're Apocalypse.
Yeah.
You should be taking control. All of us should be stepping to the side.
Yes, and they're not even kind of doing it as a like, this is a means to an end, and then I will destroy you. Like it's just like, no, we'll work together, sure.
Yeah.
Like
So,
I,
that was quick and easy.
yeah, yeah,
But I want to get to my solution, my option at the end of this issue, what I would have
yeah,
liked to have done. But it's all this, Jesus. Just going
yeah.
back to this, it just pisses me off more and more. And I can't help but think about New 52's Future's End event and just how much that pissed me off.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, go ahead and mention. I mean, we're pretty much at the end, so
So New 52 Future's End, how that ended is with where we see Tim Drake take over the Batman Beyond armor, and he goes back further in time with the suit to stop Brother Eye from becoming, I guess, self-aware and taking control of planet Earth, blah blah blah. So he goes into the satellite space station back in time to stop it. He thinks he does. He gets back on Earth. He sees like this utopia. He sees his girlfriend Heather, who's older. They're in this valley, and everything's perfect, hunky dory. But oh no, the image fades away. We see like this red sky. The Earth is destroyed. Brother Eye is still there. It didn't do anything. You failed. Dun dun dun. Fuck you, reader. Fuck you, heroes. Congratulations. Like, you endured all that for a year to get that ending.
Yeah.
That's what we got here. You endured all this shit to get this ending coming up. Not just the X-Men fucking killing themselves coming up, but then you get the bullshit ending after this. I could not believe this.
It was
Here's their
yeah. Let's go.
We've already lost, so we might as well go down swinging. Bullshit. Yeah. Fuck you.
Yep.
And here's your fuck you, readers.
Yep. Revelation, the living planet.
Now, my solution to that would have been, how about Apocalypse was aware of his plan. I knew this shit you were going to pull. And he gets his own horseman, Pestilence, coming in as like being shot down from like a satellite, a meteor, spaceship, or whatever, onto his ego human planet, and it just instantly destroys him on that planet.
Essentially infects him. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh God, dude! Just looking at this list and these are all the end. These are the final issues of all these tie-ins,
and they
my God,
ass.
Yeah.
But bear in mind, reader, this isn't the end. It continues in another one after this.
Yeah, you've got the epilogue after this.
And the one of the worst parts of this is like Cyclops going in the past, and Beast is like, "Yeah, you tried to kill Doug in Revelation. I don't know why you're going crazy." Like, it just, God damn it! It just, this whole event is goddamn stupid.
It is. It's stupid. It's so bad. And then even if you think, well, at least we're going to return to the status quo, status quo that you're returning to is not the status quo. You're getting this home chick back again in Gail Simone's book. Who knows what the F we're going to do with Wolverine. But yeah. Oof. So, yeah, things, we just need another, we can just cancel X-Men for a little while.
Yes.
just please.
Let's take 6 months. Take 6 to 9 months off. Plan it all out. Have one writer. That's it. One writer. One main series. No tie-ins. Nothing.
Yeah.
Just Uncanny. And go from there.
That or be like, hey, get a big name, but literally like, hey, we will let you do whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Think about all that money you're spending on all these other small title bullshits, and just take all that money, put it toward one big name on Uncanny X-Men.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if they would have success doing that. We already know that even starting this From the Ashes run, they went through like 14 people turned them down.
Yeah. According to Rob Liefeld, they went down to the Z list to get people to do this. That is bad. That is sad.
Yep. And it sucks that like I went from, if you go back 4 years ago, I think we were all looking at Jed McKay as someone who had a lot of potential, and then now I'm like, I'm good. I don't need to read anything else, Jed McKay. Like,
No, not at all. I
between
mean, yeah,
your
the emperor has no clothes at this point.
no,
He is
yeah,
completely exposed. We know what he can and can't do,
right.
and clearly events in general, stuff at this level, keep him away. And this whole event was just a bad idea.
Oh, it's so rough. So rough. Before we wrap up, let's go ahead and go through the comments real quick. Salty said, I was at my LCS yesterday and the Marvel shelves are thick with unsold shit. Some year-old runs still have number ones unsold. It's amazing.
But I'm sure they're buying Sorcerer Supreme #1 with the lyrics cover.
Yeah. I will say that my LCS has really been cutting back extremely heavily on Marvel. More and more people are dropping Marvel from their pull lists. And I think I think Dave was saying like half the Marvel books they either don't buy or they just buy one copy just to be safe in case someone wants it. But yeah, Marvel's been bad. Like they've got to get their shit together. JK put, my shop is normally very positive, but when I mentioned DC didn't have a lot coming out for me after March, he said he was hearing that a lot. I think DC has been making a lot of good decisions. I know they're kind of taking some interesting turns coming up, but I feel like in some of these cases they've earned the benefit of the doubt. Depending on the creative team. So I'll at least check it out, but we'll see. They are making some interesting choices coming up. Kaiser put Salty the Marvel section at my LCS is very slim, but that's because they're not ordering many shelf copies. Yeah. Like there are books that my owner will say like I only order this because someone's got it on their pull list, and it goes right into their pull, so doesn't ever touch the shelf. Scarlet Orlando. I mean, pretty much. Kaiser put Sorcerer Supreme is the perfect toilet paper after eating Taco Bell's Nacho Supreme. What's more satisfying, Sorcerer Supreme or Nacho Supreme? I think it would be the Nacho Supreme. So Grateful Dog asks, anybody you guys would like to see on the new Jonah Hex series? Joe Casey and Doug Braithwaite or Paul Pelletier would be cool.
Honestly, I would love to see Tim Bradstreet on the art. That's just me.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I think as long as you get somebody that's kind of got some gritty, like that book needs some grittiness. If you're gonna do Jonah Hex, yeah, you got to have a gritty texture there.
Or I would say Tim Bradstreet or Mike Perkins.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Real quick, sorry, Josh, I got to go.
Yeah.
I got to take a call.
No, you're good, brother.
Yeah, back with the ladies and go by Punisher and the Sorcerer Supreme #1 by Lyrics.
Yes. Good night, Drew. I'll talk to you soon.
Yep. Later.
We'll go ahead and wrap up these comments and then we will head out as well. God, I always struggle saying your name. Gretados XDs. That guy. Hello, sir. Nice to see you here. Grateful said, I'm still astonished by the people I see buying 20 to 50 ultimate in-game blind bags. Oh yeah, I guess it's a healthier way of gambling. Look, that's because I know we joked earlier about Salty giving me crap about the Mark Spears. I get the Mark Spears more because I do understand the collector's aspect there. But yeah, some of these people buying like the 20 to 50 of these types of books, I don't know. And especially with some of the Marvel and DC stuff, the covers aren't even that great. So I'm like, that you're really wanting to gamble on that. And we also found that their I don't know, their collation, the sorting isn't the best. Like I know there are comic shops that were ordering boxes and they had opened a box and then like half of that box would be one cover. So it's not great. Or if like there were rare covers that you're gonna get 4 or 5 of within maybe a box that you ordered, they were all the same instead of being different ones. So it just there are a lot of issues there. Salty bought one team NC blind. That's fine. We'll allow one. But yeah, some people are going nuts with these, buying like a lot. I'm just calm down, guys. What else do we have? Grateful Dog Orlando pulling out his high quality Krakoa Council writing chops. Yeah, look, I I will always give Steve Orlando some credit because when I was writing reviews consistently, I was bashing one of his books, and he reached out and was like, "Hey, man, let's chat." And actually laughed about some of the disparaging things I had said about his books. And he was a really cool guy, really good sport about it. And there's a lot of I will say with our writers, there's a lot of stuff that they have no control over, especially with the big two. There's a lot of stuff that gets rewritten by the editors, and I'm not saying that Steve Orlando is the best writer. He's done good stuff. I liked his Midnighter run. I mean, hello, I've got it right here. Boop. I could never be a weatherman. I really liked his Midnighter run. He did a Batman and Shadow or Shadow Batman run that I thought was really good. So he's done some stuff that I liked, but it's been a while since I've read anything that I liked of his. Read that comment earlier. I bought a Scarlet Witch book for the Ivan Tal cover. Yeah. Cope harder. I will try. I will definitely try. Zax, you're not supposed to laugh at that. Come on now. Grateful Dog said Maker making his way back to nothing because ultimately the Ultimate Universe means jack shit. Bro, like I think that when they pretty much cut the legs out from under the series, that people were so hyped for Ultimates, and then really early on they're like, yeah, they're only doing this many issues, and that I feel like that killed so much momentum because people were like, what's the freaking point? So that was a stupid decision. Um, oh, it's because Dennis Camp has the right. Yeah, that's probably why everyone's praising the book. I don't know. I'm not on the Dennis Camp train. I do not think he is nearly as deep and thoughtful as people think he is, and I'm just like, I love that when I try to discuss it, the argument is like, "Oh, you just don't understand." Like, no, I understand. It is a very elementary take on this situation. Um, so yeah. JK had to head out. Good night. I hope you have a happy new year. Thanks for popping in. I really appreciate it. Grateful Dog put reminds me of Austin Powers at the blackjack table holding on 7 and saying he also likes to live dangerously. You're saying one thing and doing another. And yes, the status quo just sucks so bad. Jed McKay got exposed. He did well on his Black Cat, and Moon Knight was fun until Moon Knight was great until the relaunches, and then it just went to crap. And then his Avengers run was not good. His X-Men run has not been good. Everything he's doing with Moon Knight now is not good. So I don't know if he's spread too thin or what, but it's been a failure. And wasn't the vampire, was that his story too, or I can't remember. But yeah, I think it's time to give Jed a rest or put him back on one book. Let him take a break, then put him back on one book, maybe two, and maybe we can get back to some quality. But not gonna hold my breath. Anyway, I was gonna say that's all we have for tonight. It is all we have for tonight. I meant to bring my slides in because I do have slides for what's coming up, but I can pull them up in another area. 1 second. So we do have the next 2 weeks kind of planned out for the channel. So let me do this. Share screen. Boom. All right. So coming up next week, we do have top 5 comics of December 2025. So we'll be covering those now that the month is over. So we'll knock those out. And then Thursday next week, we will have that week's episode of Floppy Drop. It's going to be a Batman heavy week that week. So just get ready. And then the week after that, we're going to be coming in with the top 25 of 2025. I'm really excited to go through this. I'm working on my list. I've got a few books that I'm going to try to catch up and read. That way, I feel like I've read as much as I possibly can before finalizing my list. So there's that. And then also that Thursday, we will do that week's Floppy Drop. So that is what we have planned for the next 2 weeks. I think it's going to be a fun 2 weeks. Make sure you come hang out with us. I will be streaming tomorrow with Max. So if you want your dose of Mr. Priestley, we're going live and we'll be discussing our top books. My list is going to be a preliminary list, but I think we plan on doing a top 10 with 10 honorable mentions. The honorable mentions won't be in any order. And then clearly the stack of books that I have right here in front of me that I still need to read won't be considered. So, but come hang out with us. We're gonna give each other shit. We might even look at some other people's lists, maybe some Rockin' Robbies. I don't know if Coy Jandrew put his list out yet, but we might share and compare. Yeah. But final few comments. Salty coming in with Happy New Year's, chat and Josh. Thank you, sir. Happy New Year to y'all. Corey coming in with the football update. Georgia's up 21-13 over Ole Miss. Interesting. And yes, solo cam. Go dogs. I love that commercial. Anyway, now that I've embarrassed myself like that guy in the commercial, we will call it a night. Have a good night. Have a happy new year. Go start your year off right. If you didn't do something productive today, do something productive before bed and get a good momentum for this year. Bye, guys. Thank y'all.
Get the fuck out!